On these last two examples in our notes, we're going to use proportions to solve the problems and what we know about similar figures. So we're going to, don't forget to include a correct label and circle your answer. This one says Bob is 6 feet tall, so you see Bob pictured here, and has a shadow that's 3 feet long. What is the height of a nearby tower if it casts a 25-foot shadow at the same time? So again, we're talking about the sun is up here and it's coming at the same angle on both the person and the tower. And so we see that that sun ray creates what we call similar figures. And because these two shapes are similar, their sides are proportional. Their angles are congruent, their sides are proportional. And so the height of the tower over the height of its shadow 25 is equal to the height of Bob over Bob's shadow 3. So height over shadow equals height over shadow. We could also have done shadow over height, or height to height, shadow to shadow. Just make sure that you have things in the same order when you write your proportion. What you can't do is height of this tower to shadow of this man equals shadow of this tower over height of this man. We've got to do things in some kind of order. And again, in this case, I'm doing height of tower over shadow of tower, height of person over shadow. So height to shadow, height to shadow. And then we can use cross products to solve, as well as inverse operations. And h is equal to 50 feet. At the end, we always want to make sure that we have a label and that we've double-checked to make sure that our answer makes sense. Could a tower be 50 feet tall? It sure could. When we think about his height is double the height of his shadow, the height of the tower is double the height of the shadow, 50 feet is double 25. So my answer seems reasonable, makes sense, and checks out. This last one just gives us word. It says a tree casts a shadow of 7.5 feet long at the same time that a woman 5 foot tall casts a shadow 3 feet long. How tall is the tree? Hint, draw a picture. So we've got a tree, and its shadow is 7 5/10 feet long. And up here's the sun. And then we've got a person. Normally people are shorter than trees, so I'm going to draw this person shorter. It's a woman who's 5 foot tall, and she's got a shadow that's 3 feet long. And so we're trying to find the height of the tree. So you can see that we have two right triangles here. And we've got the height of the tree, which we don't know, over the height of this person is 5. And that equals the shadow of the tree over the shadow of the person, which is 3. So tree to person, and then we can solve using cross products. 3h is equal to 7 5/10 times 5, which is 37.5. Divide both sides by 3. That's the inverse operation here. And when I do that, the height of the tree is 12.5 feet tall. That seems like a reasonable height for a tree, especially if its shadow is 7.5 feet. It seems reasonable. Our answer checks, and h is equal to 12 5/10 feet. So today we talked through similar figures, and we found missing side lengths of similar figures by using what we know. So we know that similar figures have corresponding sides that are proportional. We can set up proportions for their side lengths. And they have corresponding angles that are congruent, which means they're the exact same.